What's this looking at? Don't look at me. Go away.
Suspicious activity.
What are you doing?
Just making sure that you're not vandalizing any vehicles.
Get out of here. Go do some real work. You gonna stand there all day?
What's wrong with today, sir?
That badge and your vest and your policing. Get the away from me.
Are you touching vehicles?
Does it look like I am? Get the out of here.
The report is that you're touching vehicles.
Who the give me the caller then. Go get that police report. Go get the call. Does it look like I'm touching vehicles? Or does it look like I'm sitting pretty spaced apart from them? What does it look like to you? I know you're not a detective, but what does it look like to you?
Oh, it just seems like you're having a really bad day. What's the problem?
I don't want to talk to you. You're talking to me. Get the hell away from me. I'm not having a bad day. You're making it bad.
Okay, what is your name?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. All right, here's the deal.
Here's the deal. I'm on public property. Get away from me.
Are you taking pictures of vehicles?
I'll take pictures of whatever I want. Yeah, I'm taking pictures of vehicles.
All right, just make sure you're not touching them.
Get the hell away from me. I do what I want.
No, you don't get to touch vehicles.
Who says I am? I want to know who called.
You don't need to know any of that.
Oh, no, we have contact now. What's your name?
Officer Tennyson, sir.
Did they call this office right here? Did they call here?
Stay right there.
Why? Am I being detained?
Don't come near me.
Am I being detained?
I need an officer from the courtroom to come out here. Stay away from me.
Am I being detained?
I'm telling you to stay away from me.
I told you to stay away from me.
Look at the fear in this lady's face. She wanted to go up and mess with this guy doing absolutely nothing wrong. He was sitting there waiting for the bus. He only started recording because she was there. He was watching YouTube before that. This department clearly has way too many officers if this is what they're doing with their time. Going and messing with the dude, demanding ID, lying and saying there was a call when there wasn't. For what? Just to tell him to not touch cars he wasn't touching? Like, is she slow? What's up, everybody? It's your boy Danny from the Constitution State here today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today's video comes from Ron Phillips. As usual, there's not much information with these videos. He actually has a full statement in his description, but no information about the police department. But the cars say they're from the Missoula Police Department in Montana. He said there was a cruiser leaving the lot and he ended up parking and watching him for a few minutes and he ended up flipping him the bird. And this lady comes out. So he thought that the cruiser called back and made a complaint. They tell him that he doesn't have official business there, even though he does. He's trying to figure out what's going on and why that lady's out there and who called. Only to find out in the end it's all made up. He said in the title that there was a federal lawsuit filed. But all the information will be in the description, his page, the video, the department. If you have any issues with these clowns, redress your grievances to the government.
Hey, sir, we come on here. Come on here.
I want to know who called and said I'm touching vehicles.
So,
She won't tell me who the caller
Let's
is.
go in here so these people can do their business, okay?
Am I being detained?
he's
For what?
Is he?
For what?
Let's go talk to him.
Why am I being detained?
there is a report that he's out here by vehicles, touching vehicles, messing with vehicles, taking pictures of vehicles. I walked
Did you
out
see me
there.
touching vehicles?
But I was trying to have a conversation with you. And you
So
weren't
why am I being
able.
detained?
Is he a
Let's come on here, Dave.
He won't give me his name.
No, I won't give you my name because I've done nothing wrong.
Sir, let's step outside.
Let's just go to jail and we can deal with it there.
Why don't we go to jail?
Outside the building. You got no official business here?
I do. I'm going to see who called me in. That's my official business.
Who called you in?
That's what I'm wondering.
Then go figure it out and come back.
I come to the police department to do that. Don't touch me.
Have a good day.
Don't push me. Do not touch me.
Do not
Do not touch me.
act like a professional. Act
I
like
was.
act
She's
like
over here
yourself.
fucking barking orders. I want to know who called on me.
I have no idea.
Well, let's go in and find out.
Stay out of the building.
Are you telling me I can't go into the public police department?
If you have no business.
I have business. I need to
and
know who
you-
just called
and
on
you're
me.
unwilling. Come on.
Don't touch my phone. What the fuck?
I'm telling you right now.
What the fuck?
Knock it off.
What the fuck?
Act like a professional.
What
Act like
the
a
fuck?
reasonable human.
I am.
We
I'm
won't
going in
have
here
a
to find
problem.
out who the fuck just called on me with a false report.
Nobody called on a false report. You're out here photographing people, harassing people.
I'm
in the
not
parking lot.
harassing anybody.
Sure you are.
I'm on public property. I can record.
Yeah, you can.
Don't touch me.
You
Get
can.
your hands off me. Get your
Or-
hands off me. This is excessive force.
This is not excessive force.
I'm on
not
public
harming
property.
you. I'm asking you to calm down. And
I am calm. I want to know who called
You're
and
not
reported me.
calm.
That's because people are calling saying I'm doing shit I'm not. Now you're putting your hands on me. Am I being detained?
Because you're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive.
Sure you are.
I'm talking aggravated.
You're being aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive. I want to know who called on me.
You
It's my
just
right.
need to calm down.
No, I need to know who's calling false reports because I think it's that officer I flipped off on the way out.
So that's professional, isn't it?
I'm not a professional, am I?
Are you an adult? Yes or no?
I don't know what's the age here in Montana.
So you're being unreasonable.
I'm not being unreasonable. This lady over here telling me I'm touching she is being unreasonable. I'm
You're
sitting
being
here waiting for a
unreasonable.
fucking bus, smoking a
You're
cigarette.
being unreasonable.
Get your
You're
hands
coming
off
over
me.
here.
Am I being detained?
Well, apparently you are.
For what?
For being disorderly.
I'm being disorderly now because y'all won't leave me the fuck alone. And I'm not being disorderly.
Sir, we tried to.
We tried to be nice to you,
I don't
right?
have to leave. I'm on public property.
We tell you to leave the police department, you do have to leave.
I have official business.
No, you
No, you
don't.
Yes, I do. I want to know who just
We don't
called.
have to tell you that. You can go through the Missoula 911 center.
So it
and you
takes
can
all
talk
three
to
of you to
them.
come over here and put your hands on me to
Ronald.
tell me that instead of letting me go in there and ask?
Ronald,
Yes.
Apparently
This is
so,
excessive
yeah.
You're not
Ronald,
being
let me talk
reasonable.
to you.
This is excessive
Are
force.
you being reasonable? Yes or no?
I was walking into the
Are
building.
you being reasonable?
Yes.
No, you
I
are
think
not.
walking into the building to ask who called.
Yelling at people?
I never yelled at anyone.
Sure you did.
Who did I yell at?
Well, pretty much everybody here.
I'm not even yelling now. My voice is elevated. My voice carries.
Okay? I call
Ronald.
that yelling.
Well, I'm sorry that my physical, whatever the hell you call them, attributes
Ronald, hi.
is making you mad. Now, am I being detained?
I'm not mad.
Yeah, you are. You just used excessive force on me. You tried to rip my phone out of my hand.
I don't want it.
You tried to stop me from recording
I'll tell
my
you
First
what,
Amendment right.
You can hold it here,
I can hold it down here
but
too if I
don't
want.
be putting that stuff in my face. I'm telling you right now.
Don't stop me from recording.
You can put it down here.
I
Do
can put it wherever I want.
Get it out of my face. Okay?
Are you telling me to not record?
I don't care if you record.
Okay, then I can put it right here.
Okay. Just be an adult. How's
Get the
that?
hell out of here. Don't touch me.
Be an adult.
Get out of here.
Ronald, let me talk to you, please.
See ya.
Nobody called you in, sir.
Who called you in? Who called me
Nobody
in?
called you in. But
Oh,
you're
so she's
following
lying.
us. You're following us and filming us.
No, she told me somebody called me in and I can film you.
Okay.
I
Please.
can film you.
And I can film you.
In a
Yeah.
non-aggressive manner.
And she told me somebody called on me. So what do? I come over to find out who that is.
Okay. We don't have a call with anyone calling on you, okay?
You don't have a call.
I just asked my dispatch.
So
you
why
can
is she
leave now.
detaining me then?
You can leave now.
No, why is she detaining me?
We're not detaining you.
She detained me. I'm free to go?
Yep.
I'm free to stay then.
See ya.
I'm free to stay.
Peace out, brother.
Fucking pigs. This is why you guys get shot doing stupid shit like this. You're civil though. No, thank you.
If I have to come out because you're impeding people coming in, then I'm going to have
Oh, look, they have plenty of room right
I'm
here.
going to have you arrested for obstructing and trespassing, and we'll just take you to court. So just so you know.
But you can't do it now, can you? Fucking dicks.
So this whole thing's wild. Nobody called. We now know that that's completely made up. It looks like she just chose to go over there and harass him. She could have sat there and watched for a few minutes and saw if he was touching cars or if he was watching YouTube on his phone like he said. She had absolutely no reason to make contact with this guy. Even if he is taking pictures of cars, so what? I think if people were concerned, they probably actually would have called. And why does it seem like he's having a bad day? Simply because he's waiting for the bus? She's making a false narrative. And he said the right thing. I'm not having a bad day. I do not want to talk to you. Get away from me. You're making my day bad. Which is a reasonable response. Then she wants his name. His name for what? Why do you need my ID? Because you made up that someone called and you're making up that I'm having a bad day and you're making up that you think I'm touching cars? So all of this just to tell him not to touch vehicles he wasn't touching. I'm so glad that this department has enough cops that they can send people out to just harass random citizens and make sure these vehicles are protected. And then it's funny, she's got nothing, so she goes to turn to walk away, and he says, I want to know who called. Like, I would too, because he thinks it's a cop that left that he flipped off. And she says it's none of his business who called. It's absolutely his business who called and what they said. Then she literally acted crazy. She looked petrified. Why would you go over there and mess with him and then act like this? You're so scared. You shouldn't have that costume on, and you shouldn't be out there if you're petrified of a guy getting up to walk to the police department to catch you in your lies. She was probably honestly trying to create something else to get him for, so he couldn't even get that far. And then as soon as he gets into the department lobby, they're already trying to pull him out. Why? He can't request the call from them. He's got to go in and request it from records. Why can't he be in there like everybody else? He has a right to be in there, especially if he's conducting official business. So he's got to go outside, and he can't conduct his business because there's other people in front of him in line. So they can conduct their business. They can conduct their business with him in there waiting. Then they said he's detained. I would want to know why I'm being detained too, because they have absolutely nothing. And we know they can't detain you just off of a call. She even lied to all the other officers and told them that there's a report. So the thing is here, was there a call, or did they lie to him just to get him out of there? Because that's a chance too. That's a real possibility, especially if it was the cop that pulled out and he flipped off. We've seen that too many times. So you don't know who to believe. They all lie. They lie on a daily basis. She said, I was trying to have a conversation with you, which he had. She's the one that turned it rude and said, I'm not telling you, blah, blah, blah. Then Stepper comes in, and we always wonder why police act like they do. It's because of who's leading them. If he acts like this whole department is trash. Sad to say for the citizens of that community. He doesn't know what's going on, and he just comes in and assaults this dude for nothing. And his little gang buddies are putting their gloves on, and they're getting ready to jump in too. Clearly, there's no real cops or good cops there, because if there was, they would have stood up and stopped this crime. He said they wrenched his arm up behind his back and they pushed him out. To me, this was one of the funniest parts. The clown who just acted not like a professional at all, he actually just broke the law and violated this man's rights, is now telling the other guy to act like a professional. Why does he have to act like a professional? He can act however he wants. I've watched other videos where he is annoying. I don't think he's broke the law, but he's annoying, and you guys still arrest him. Annoying's not against the law. He's not on the clock. He doesn't have to act any type of way. But you do, clown. But as we see, you don't, because you don't get in trouble. He said, I want to know who called on me. I have no idea. No duh, because you're an idiot and you don't even know what's going on. And then he says, let's go in and find out. And this is what he does. Stay out of the building. He's not allowed to go in there and find out if they're lying or not. And then this, I can't really tell exactly who steps up to two, because he was walking that way and he was walking that way. But when he stopped, it kind of looks like the clown in the costume took a little step towards him, but I'm not exactly sure. But that doesn't really change anything. This was during the time of Rona. There is supposed to be social distancing. They shouldn't be a foot apart to begin with. And as we can see, the camera is not right in his face. You chose to turn around and put yourself in this position. But this little feelings fairy couldn't take it. He had to let his emotions and his ego get the better of him. He said he's using excessive force on him, and the cop said, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Any force at that point is excessive, because you have no right to be touching him. You have no lawful reason to be touching him. He said he wasn't being reasonable. I believe he was. I don't think he did anything wrong. The cop said he's yelling. Even if he was, so what? Stepper really said, I'm not mad. You clearly are mad. You assaulted this dude. You forced him out of a building that he had business in. Then you tried to steal his phone. You're upset, clown. I think this tool slowly started to realize that he messed up. He made a mistake. He shouldn't have put his hands on him. Then he tries to tell him where he can and can't hold the camera, like he's some sort of photographer. We know how they think they can just be anything. And they keep saying his name. They keep calling him Ronald, so they obviously know who he is. And the truth comes out. There was no call, and Female Pig made it all up. She said, you're following us and you're filming us. Both legal things. Everybody see how they created this situation. The cop went up to him, lied to him, so he had to go to the department to try and figure out if she was lying or who was lying, and then they assault him and kick him out of the department. So we got J. Herbert here. This is manager M. Herbert. I wonder if they're related. They say, oh, you're free to go. He says he's free to stay. Oh, all right, brother. He's acting way cooler now because he knows what he just did. And now one of these good cops there stood up and arrested this criminal. This loser at the end couldn't help himself. He had to threaten him. I highly doubt he's going to stand there and block the doorway tool. Like, why would anybody do that? That doesn't even make sense. They talk just to talk. But that was all over this lying pig right here, creating a situation, making one up. As we all know, cops lie every day, all day. And this is just further proof. And even when you're not doing anything wrong, they'll create something just to come and bother you. So Stepper is the captain. So that whole department is trash. Obviously, the few above him know he acts like this. They allow him to act like this. Then all the people below him see him acting like this, and they think it's okay. One of these cops could have been a superstar. Imagine if they stepped up and arrested this loser Stepper. They would be a hero. And I don't think it's always because they know they're doing something wrong. Because as we see on a daily basis, they don't even usually know the most basic laws. We see them Googling them on their phone, calling for help. So I don't believe it's always intentional. But that's on them. If we get arrested for something and we go to court, is ignorance of the law an excuse? Or is that a valid defense? No. But like everything else that doesn't work for us, it's okay for them. I believe they absolutely violated his rights. I believe every single one of them should have been charged with crimes and done some time. I think that's really what it's going to take to start getting these losers in line, because clearly letting them do whatever they want and not punishing them and making pretend like we're doing all these things to keep them in line isn't fixing anything. It's kind of like here in Connecticut where they create all these laws for the police and the police get all upset, except these laws don't have punishments. They're more like complaints. The police department handles it. That's not a law, but the public sees it in the paper and they're like, oh, look at Connecticut's doing so much, when they're not. But let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. I thought this was wild. He has more videos. Go check them out and I'll see you guys on the next one.